the vagus. The vagus is attachment. Their goal is detachment. It's the total opposite of what we want. Loud and clear, please.
For Jewish meditation, is there a physical aspect, or is it simply
Physically is that you become less anxious, you lower your blood pressure, you become calm, your memory will get better. These are physical things.
Is there something is there something we're supposed to do with our body? Are we supposed to move? Are we supposed to sit? Are we supposed to
What you
recline?
should do with your body is take care of it. It's a holy opportunity. Where they say the world is an illusion, the Western religions say it's evil, we say it's a gorgeous opportunity if you use it right. Your body is not you. When you meditate, you can try to meditate. Here, say my body, say that.
My body?
Point to your body. Say my brain.
My brain?
Point to your brain. Say my.
My.
Point to the my. What are you? If you meditate, you can look and say, wow, I'm not the body. It's just a vehicle I'm riding in. Like a coat. And that's true. And at 120 years old, when we leave the world, the soul lets go of the body, and the body dies. But what you are doesn't die. What you are goes like this. Oh, I should have listened to him after all. Wow. Loud and clear, please.
So let's say we go to a yoga class. Can we be doing the physical yoga and doing like Jewish meditation?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Why are you calling it yoga? It has a meaning. I have a class on Parv Christian brotherly love. Would you like to go to that class? No, because you're not a Christian. Okay? No. Why are they calling it yoga? To bring something with it. Now the physical exercises don't belong to them. You can do the physical exercises, but don't do yoga. Touch your toes all you want. Breathe deep all you want. But don't do yoga. Loud and clear.
Do you have to know Jewish content to meditate Jewishly? Like when you say, you gave a couple of examples of what to focus on, are we supposed to read up on it in order to fill in something about it, or just to meditate on it and maybe it will fill us?
It helps because it gives you a broad base to draw more from. But you don't have to sit and learn Talmud 8 hours a day to learn how to meditate.
I have to know what a shin is?
What?
If I meditate on a shin, I should know what a shin is?
It's a Jewish letter. It's Hebrew. That much we want you at least here. Learn more about it. It's good to do. But I'm not against learning. God forbid. I say learn. We should learn all. We should learn half a day. We should go out and help other Jews half a day.
I just wanted to know the role of learning within, helpful in the meditation.
It helps to know more, but that's why I explained the Aleph has these different aspects to it. But the job of meditation is not intellectual understanding. It's spiritual awareness. We have also many exercises in intellectual understanding. It's called the Talmud. And we can stay in it our whole life, which is a good thing. But you also need to become spiritually aware, not just physically aware. Okay?
Wait, Grant's gonna.
Loud and clear.
How will you know that you are doing Jewish meditation successfully?
You start wanting to do more Jewish things. A guy that's doing Jewish meditation, he's not going to marry a non-Jewish girl. It wouldn't enter his head. But a guy who's doing yoga, he might very well marry a yogi here.
And I go here.
Stay with Jewish subjects. Stay with Jewish life. You were created a Jew for a reason. Loud and clear, please.
Would you say there's any danger that accompanies a deep Jewish meditation? Any danger?
Now, if you're doing a Jewish meditation, it won't, because you'll end up attaching properly. But if you do a non-Jewish meditation, it's a very, look what I did, 3 years of my life, going up and down, up and down, up and down. 3 years? I'm lucky I got out of that quick. Some people never get out. They're still there on the mountaintop. And people bow down to them. So they know they're doing right. There's an energy coming from them, a power. It's a trap. Loud and clear.
What's the, from your perspective, the issues with going up and down like that? But if you still use it when you come back for something Jewish.
Well, I don't understand what you said. No, can you learn from the wrong side to bring it to the right side?
Yes.
No, you can take poison, the worst poison in the world. If you put enough clean water in it, 100 times, 1,000 times, it will dilute so you could even drink it. But with idolatry, even a tiny bit of idolatry, even if you have 1,000 good deeds with it, it never becomes nullified.
So I always saw, and I could be wrong, that like in Eastern philosophy, they're trying to detach from physicality to connect to a source or higher power.
You're gonna
So,
have to
sorry.
I've told you this a few times.
Okay. So I understand, at least from my perspective, and I could be wrong, that in Eastern philosophy, they wanted to detach from physicality to connect to a higher source. But it sounds like you're saying they're trying to disconnect completely somehow, and I'm trying to understand how that works.
They have 330 million gods. Which one do you want to connect to?
None of them.
Higher sources. We don't want to connect to the infinite because you cannot detach from the infinite. The infinite is all. That's not our job.
So what are they attaching to when they focus on these things?
You want to learn what they're doing, you want to learn what we're supposed to do.
I want to learn what we're supposed to do, but I want to understand
An idol,
why that's
idolatry. And
that,
the Torah
yeah.
tells us that Pharaoh's magicians could do all the mystical things that Moses could up to a point. That's what they're learning. Okay? You want to learn those things? Wow, you have power. People bow down to you. You know what? Loud and clear.
What's the fundamental philosophical difference between why you're saying that they detach versus the goal of Judaism is to attach? What's the fundamental idea that is at odds?
They say if you attach to something, you're going to affect it. That makes a wave. You're going to have to ride on that wave, and then after your life, you're going to have to reincarnate, come back again, and it goes on and on and on forever. They say the goal is detachment, not to reincarnate. That's a fundamental difference. We say the goal is not to leave the world. God did not put us in the world to leave it. He put us in the world to take care of it, to uplift it, to use the world for holy purposes. Our job is to take chairs and use them for holy purposes. Take food and use it for a holy purpose. Their job is don't eat unless you really have to. That's the fundamental difference.
Can you give an example of how one, when he goes to pray or meditate, can clear their mind so that they don't have all these outside thoughts? And could you also maybe give another example of a Jewish meditation?
That's not how it works. Nobody's mind focuses on a subject and stays right on it unless you go out, which is how I meditated for 3 years. So what meditation teaches you to do is when you're praying our prayers and your mind goes off the subject like it always will, meditation practice will teach you to return to the subject gently and go back to it again and again. And after a while, you'll see that you're staying with the subject longer. But your mind will still come off the subject, but your training in meditation will help you to return it to the subject over and over again.
I think I was asking, is there a certain meditation before prayers that can lock you in?
It says in the Talmud that the tzaddikim used to direct their heart to heaven for an hour before prayer. An entire hour before praying, they try to find Hashem, look for Hashem. What I gave you is just a very simple introductory level to get you away from the meditations that they were doing. So they're doing the Jewish way. And as they grow and develop, they'll grow and develop. Loud and clear.
Is there value, or is it possible to meditate Jewishly together? Like, is it better to meditate with a minyan or meditate with others, or is it just something one person does?
Meditation's not like that, but what's good to do with others is sing Jewish songs, and that will uplift you. You see the Rebbes, they're all going da da dee da ya da dee da, and all the people there start going and going and going, and they're getting higher and higher and higher. But meditation is a practice of just focusing on a subject in your head. Both are good, they're both great. I'm not saying don't do that. Loud and clear, young man.
To add to his question, if we are such beginners, which we are, would it benefit us to work with someone to coach us through the meditation sessions?
You don't need it. You got enough information now, just do it. What they'll do is give you visualizations.
Right.
And you'll sit there and you'll say, oh, how beautiful, how nice. You don't need that. That's more like contemplation. You have enough information to do it now. By the way, I'm not saying you have to meditate. I'm saying it's a tool if you want to use it. I don't meditate. I don't sit there and look at a word, a letter. But if you want to, if you're going to do it, then I want you to do it in a Jewish way.
Why don't you do it?
It's a tool. And once you build the house, you don't need the tool. My spiritual life is Hashem, and helping Jews.
Wow. So you mentioned earlier when I asked the Jewish way, you gave me the example of Macomb being settled in the place and how it fills me and being aware. Today, especially in America, there's this popular word mindfulness.
Yeah.
And being mindful of my senses and my place, does that fit within like the Jewish way?
And the problem with mindfulness, number one, it's a Buddhist system of meditation. And when people start with that, they usually bring more Buddhism with it.
Okay.
Number two, what it does, it'll lower your blood pressure, it'll make you more sensitive, more aware, but it will not bring you to a Jewish goal. It's not a Jewish subject just to sit there and watch. It's not our job just to watch what's going on in the world. Our job is to change what's going on in the world.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Gil, what does it mean on that note? There's another common idea in the Western world today about being in the now, in the present. What do you?
That's a psychological system too. Like, you don't worry about the things that happened in the past if you can't change them. That's what they used to call being here now. You know, you're not anxious about the things in the future.